replacement of the parts. Most parts that you'll find that the most common problems are with the screen, are with the battery, are with the charging system. So by the end of this, in 2 weeks, or let's say in 2 months time, as long as you have just gone through this one and mastered this one and practiced enough, it is eligible, you are eligible to start this kind of business with the small problems like screen replacement, battery replacement, charging system replacement. But not all devices can be handled by beginners. Some you just have to understand how you open devices, because I say there are some screens that there are some phones that you have to remove the screen first before you get access into the phone. You understand? Not all phones are tackled from behind. Some phones you have to remove the screen first because the screws are underneath the screen. A phone like Samsung Galaxy S5 and so many other devices like Google Pixel devices, some you just have to open the screen first so that you can access the phone. You don't tackle it from behind. But by the end of this month or two, you should be able to start your own shop, at least gain something out of it. That is the goal and main intention of this program. As I said, we have an aim, we have a target, and we have a reason for this. I want so many youths to start this kind of businesses down there at the villages, estates, or within town. So with the battery, while handling the battery, you should be very careful, because nowadays, let's take this one. Let's take this one for example. If you're opening a phone and you want to replace a screen, let's say for instance, and you find after removing the cover, you find your phone like this one, most definitely you are going to get your phone's battery is attached to the chassis. Attached to the chassis in such a way that if you remove it, you'll remain something like this one. What you see here is remnants of the adhesive that was used to attach the battery to the frame. So how do you remove this battery? Please note that we are just tackling a battery right now. We are tackling a battery, how to remove a battery. And you should be very, very careful with batteries. For devices like Huawei and iPhone, we have a strip by the side that shows the numbering on how to remove the battery. I think Huawei is the one that came up with it first, I'm not sure, but I think it is numbered 1, 2, 3. How you're going to pull those strips? You pull the first one, the second and the third one repeatedly, then you remove the battery. It is so easy.
What about Oppo?
Even Oppo and Realme. There is a section by the side here whereby you can pull the battery. I don't know if I can get one. The cable and remove the battery safely. Let me see. We are having Huawei here. We are just looking at the battery first. We should tackle these things one at a time so that we can understand them slowly by slowly. You see, with a phone like this one is of Huawei. This company did great by putting this one as a risk evading measure. You can remove your battery like this one. You see, these ones are numbered. Like this one is numbered number 3. The number 1 and number 2 have been stripped off. But this one is easier for you. This is how you remove such a battery. After unplugging the battery from this side, you first unplug it after removing the cover. There is these side papers that you pull. You see? You pull like that. Make sure you have removed it first so that you don't tear the battery off. After removing that one, the second one and third one in that continuous method, you are going to have this other part remaining at the bottom. Just remove it completely, then you're going to face the FPC. This one is the FPC. This one, the one that you're seeing here. Flexible printed circuit that links the motherboard to the subboard. Then we have the screen. This one is one of the safest ways to remove this battery. Or otherwise, you can find a blank object like a plastic that is blank, not a metallic object like this one. A blank plastic. Let me show you. These kind of devices, be very careful and watch out. on how you handle and tackle batteries. Very, very important. We have just looked into the battery. The next part that we are going to look at is the motherboard. We have looked at the subboard, or we should just start from beneath. Handling batteries, remember, take caution while handling batteries. Do not use metallic objects to remove the batteries if you are not a pro. If you're a beginner, just use the plastic. It is advisable to use the plastic to remove the batteries. Or you can use things like these ones, these plastic covers, to remove the batteries. Do not puncture the battery. Do not try to disassemble the battery. It might blow on your face. Dispose the battery in the correct way or in the correct manner. You have just finished the battery, and I've asked you not to rely on the battery model to determine your device model number, because some devices do share a common battery. We want to tackle this phone. This one is just a basic example of a mobile device, and we want to tackle it as we describe the basic parts of a mobile device. We have already looked at the source of power, which is the battery. Now we want to start from below. We have already talked of the housing, the switches, and what have you, whatever that is constituting the housing, the cover, and the chassis. Very important parts. The chassis, the framework of the mobile devices. We have looked at the cover, and we have looked at the battery. Now this is the lower section. This is the subboard. As we tackle the subboard, we look into this kind of subboard. This one is for Samsung Galaxy A12, and with this subboard, we have looked at the battery, subboard, and the subboard. We have said the subboard. Another name for a subboard is a daughter board. Charging plate, you can call it a charging board. You can call it sub PBA. Also, you can call it sub PBA. PBA, it's daughter board. Okay. And with this one, let us tackle it for the last time. Okay, for the first time for beginners. This is the subboard. With the subboard, most subboards of today do carry what? Please mention what?
Charging port.
Charging port.
Mouthpiece.
Charging port. Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece is also the microphone. Let me abbreviate it like that. What else is connected to the subboard? Speaker. What else is connected to this subboard?
Earphone jack.
Earphone jack. What else is connected to this subboard? You can have it here. You can look at it. What else?
The C2C connector.
Yeah, C2C connector, C2C, or B2B connector. C2C is connector to connector, board to board. These are just terms that we use in mobile device repair industry. C2C, connector to connector. B2B means board to board, the upper board and the lower board. What else? What else is associated with this?
Antenna socket.
Yeah, antenna. Antenna is sockets for network. So we shall hold here today. We shall reach here. This is the end of our today lesson. Now this is the subboard. We're having a phone that has a problem with the charging, and the charging problem originates from the subboard. So how do you handle that? You can either replace the whole of this board. Or you can just fix the subboard itself. You understand? You can either replace the whole of this board, or you can fix the board itself. So understand that the microphone is harbored here. The microphone is harbored here on the subboard. The main mic, not the microphone. The main mic, just a microphone, yes, but the main mic. You have different kinds of microphone. Main microphone. We have said a subboard. Most subboards constitutes of this one. The earphone jack. This is the earphone jack, this part here. is where you input your earphone. Most subboards, the speaker section, these are the endings for A12 that link up the speaker to the phone. And this is the speaker. This one here is the speaker. So it links up like this. And these endings will link up with these shiny copper parts. Earphone jack, we have said this is the earphone jack. This is where your earphone attaches to or enters. You have looked at the speaker and the microphone. This kind of microphone, this is the kind of microphone here. And with this microphone, we have a perforation at the back. This is where your audio signals enter. With main microphone, remember I've said main microphone because most modern phones have 2 or 3 microphones. With the one that is used when you activate the loudspeaker, and with the main one. The main one, I say, most times are situated at the bottom part because this is the normal posture for you to handle a device that you're talking on or you're talking with. This is the normal posture. So with this normal posture, your mouth is closest to this section. That is why a mouthpiece is located at the lower part of the phone. So if the phone is having a mouthpiece problem, probably you just have to look at the perforation where audio enters, the sound waves that will be later transformed into electromagnetic waves that will be readable by the mobile device. Tusiende huko, bado tuko 2 parts juu. Yeah, that's why I have this kind of junks. Bora zinaendana. So I have said the main microphone, like for this one, we have so many types of microphones. Like this one is going to look like this one if you open it up. Like this one, I'm going to show pictorial representation of microphones. I will put them on YouTube down. Different kind of microphones. So one is like this one, and there are so many. And the most common ones for small devices is a microphone like this one. Like this one with the 2 wired microphone like that. You understand? We are coming from beneath tukienda juu. Kwa sababu kuna haja mwanze kubadilisha IC na muelewe hizi parts. These are the most basic ones. So we are done with the charging board. We are done with the charging board. It is the lower section that links up all the information that is coming from beneath to the motherboard. The mouthpiece, the ringer that is coming from the board to the speaker, the charging that is coming from the port to the motherboard, and the antenna. As you can see, this was the antenna RF cable, radio frequency cable, that is linking the board to the lower section. The wider the section, the broader the network. You understand that? So with this one, the RF cable, we have 2 lines in it. We are done with the earphone jack. We are done with the speaker. We are done with the microphone. Let us now tackle the antenna. With the antenna, you have something like this one. This one that has 2 individual lines separated. As you can see, they are not conjoined together. So it has 2 lines that are running parallelly, concurrently. So they end up in something like this. Let me show you a pictorial presentation of an antenna. Antennas end up in something like this. So with an antenna, this is a clip. This is a clip ending that has a line running, a wire running from in between the two, in between the shield. This is a wire that is running in here. And this one should not link up or should not join with this one here, because it's going to bring interference in signals. You have the outer one and you have the inner one. For now, just understand it like that, but we are going to look into them deeply in the next episodes. An antenna is like this one. It has 2 wires, one that is for the outer shell and the other one links up with the inner one, with the inner shell. Okay, we are together. We are together here there on the antenna, and an antenna is something like this one. So with this one missing, we're going to have trouble with network. With a missing antenna, we are going to have trouble with network because the network signals are going to be poor or completely absent.
There's a loop.
Yeah, you can loop, but with looping comes our next topic. We are done with the lower section, so we are going up. We have looked at the FPC, and I want you to understand that with the FPC, we are done with the network. We're done with the network.